I'm Precious, and I'm an addict. And I'm most comfortable when I stand.
Me too.
Right? And I was told when I got clean and got into this program, and I was taught to be myself. And I'm amongst family today. Mm-hmm. I consider this program, I consider y'all my family. And, I just want to thank the Cape Atlantic area, Pearl to Recovery, on inviting me to come share my experience, strength, and hope on the spiritual principle of acceptance. And I'm clean through God's grace and God's mercy in this program. And for that, I'm forever thankful and grateful. This program saved my life. And I'm very humbled. Randy. Good to see you, Judy. I love you, beautiful. Sheila, my husband. I'm very humbled when I come out, when I'm asked to share my experience, strength, and hope in carrying our message. And it's good to see you, Ed. But I know acceptance, love, and faith is out of the triangle of self-acceptance. Right? And as I do in prayer and meditation, acceptance for me takes on a whole new meaning once you've been here for some time. Right?
Right.
And I've accepted my past. I ain't resented about nothing. I don't have no resentments about my past. I'm not afraid of my future. Right? And I've come to accept the love of the fellowship and the love in the God that I serve. And I want to read something, right? Because it's been laying. It's just been laying because the spiritual principle of acceptance to me means I don't have to fight anymore.
That's right.
I can surrender to my reality. I don't have to surrender to the way I think it should be, but to the way that it is. And I should not be afraid of that if I trust in the God that I serve. Right. If I've come to believe in the God of my understanding, I should not be afraid to face my feelings, and I shouldn't be afraid to face my future or my reality the way that it is, right? And I don't have a lot of time. It ain't going to take me long because I want to hear my good friends over here, Mike and Josh. Jeff, I'm sorry about that. Forgive me, Jeff. But when we refuse, and this is out of the just for today, faithful feelings. When we refuse to accept the reality of today, we are denying faith in our higher power. I love you, Sheila. This can only bring more suffering. Some days just aren't the way we wish they would be. Our problems may seem as simple as a broken shoelace or having to stand in a line at a supermarket. Or we may experience something far more serious, such as the loss of a job, a home, or a loved one. Either way, we often end up looking for a way to avoid our feelings instead of simply acknowledging that those feelings are painful. No one promises us that everything will go our way when we stop using. In fact, we can be sure that life will go on, whether we're using or not. We will face good days and bad days, comfortable feelings and painful feelings, but we don't have to run from any of them any longer. When we experience pain, grief, sadness, anger, or frustration, all those feelings we once avoided with drugs, we find that we can get through those emotions clean. We won't die and the world won't come to an end just because we have uncomfortable feelings. We learn to trust that we can survive what each day brings. Just for the day, I will demonstrate my trust in God by experiencing this day just as it is. And I don't have nothing bad to say about the program of Narcotics Anonymous. I'm clean 29 years.
It's okay.
Clean, 29 years. And my story, it didn't have to be like this for me. My story could have went much different. The ends of the spectrum could have went either way. But through his grace and his mercy and the program of Narcotics Anonymous, I got here by way of a prayer. I got here by way of a prayer. A prayer for my mother first, then y'all. But I believe today that when we close in our serenity prayer, we're praying for the faceless addicts that's yet to come. We praying for the addict that's yet to come. Thank God for the universal prayer of the serenity prayer, right? Let's get that straight. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Bam. Now this thing is talking about the loss of a job, a home, or a loved one. Acceptance can mean anything. When I put the drug down, I was faced with life on life terms. I was faced with growing up. I was faced with being a big girl. I was faced with making tough decisions. I was faced with facing these feelings. I was faced with this big world that I had no clue on how to live after. But y'all promised me to just keep coming back and everything was going to be all right. Let us love you, precious, until we can learn to love yourself. Let us pour into you. Let us nurture you. But my first sponsor, I thank God for sponsorship. I thank God for sponsorship hands down. I love my sponsor. I got 2 sponsors. I ain't going to put her on Front Street today, though. She's sitting in the first row. Sheila. I thank God for sponsorship and having loving and caring women in my life. That they feed my spirit. But my first sponsor said to me, Precious, it's time for you to stop looking for people, places, and things to fix you. You'll always be messed up if you look for anything to fill the emptiness from the hole in the soul. My spiritual conditioning is the basis for a successful recovery that offers unlimited growth. It's my spiritual conditioning to help me face life on life terms. In here clean. Because I don't use no matter what go down. Now, I've gone through a lot of different life on life term situations, clean in 29 years. I put the drug down. I'm coping and dealing. I've had some before marriage, got cheated on and caught in the grip. We're looking for love in all the wrong places, clean. Without the drug and early recovery. Forced to accept things that I didn't want to accept. I love you. Don't matter if you don't love me back. I'll stay with you anyway. I'm talking about the spiritual principle of acceptance. But as I kept coming back, my self-esteem grew. As I kept coming back, Sheila, my love, my self-love began to grow and it began to change my worthiness, and I'm worthy today of accepting things that I cannot change. Listen, I don't have to fight the will of God today. I don't fight. I have to accept to have some peace of mind and peace of spirit. I got to accept the things I don't want to be free. If I want to be free, I have to accept life on life terms. Now, I don't have to like it.
That's right.
I don't have to like facing life on life terms and accepting things I cannot change, but I must if I want to be free and if I want to be at peace. I don't have no control over nobody else and what they choose to do. I just don't. This program in the first step, everything goes through the first step. Everything. Relationships, using. My boyfriend using, can't get him clean, been there, done that. I'll sponsor you, we'll sponsor you, we sponsor each other. I've been there, done that. With a lot of different things. But the most painfulest part of accepting life on life terms, right, is when I lost my two brothers. Accepting the things I cannot change. The wisdom to know the difference. When I lost my two brothers, but even before that, when my prayer to my God, our literature is saturated with the word God, right? I need to share that. And to the newcomer, if it's uncomfortable for you, it could be good early direction. We can call it God, the program, or we can call it the group. Right. Because the group is still the most powerful vehicle in carrying the Narcotics Anonymous message of hope. The message of hope and the promise of freedom from active addiction. Any addict can stop using drugs, lose the desire to use, right, Judy? And find a new way to live. Thank you, God. But I prayed and I asked God, because I've had a lot of moments. I've had moments like, if you get me out of this one, if you just get me out of this one, I would never again hurt myself in a relationship. Man, relationships. But I've had moments like that. But my prayer was, if you bless me, I'm going to bless my mother. And my mother is 90 years old. God blessed me with a home. I moved my mother in after my oldest brother. They found my oldest brother overdosed in a grocery store bathroom in Asbury. They found him dead in a bathroom. And see, the thing about, right, accepting my reality and acceptance and acceptance and accepting acceptance of my reality is that, listen, I can't fight it. Make a meeting. Call your sponsor. Do step work. But the most important thing is, right, because it's only some stuff, Ed, that only God all by himself could bring you through. There's only some stuff that God can bring you through. My two sponsors can't do it. Y'all can't do it. When I'm alone by myself facing feelings of grief and loss, y'all cannot remove it for me. Y'all can help kind of, take the edge off and ease my pain from honest sharing. But when you really going through life on life terms, you got to accept your reality. You can't listen, you got to go through it. They said we feel, deal, and we heal. That's right. Come on. Nothing we can do can take the edge off of the loss of a loved one. Then my second brother died of an overdose. Mommy came to live with me. I had to take my mom away from living in her home over 50 years. She was married to her home. It's like a husband. She was married to her home, to her comfortability. She was married to her lifestyle. She was married to her comfortable space. Having her home and having her little flowers in the front yard, she was comfortable. She raised us 4 kids, and she raised us, and she did a great job. She did it to the best of her ability. I love my mother. Some of the most heartfelt conversations come when we sitting by ourselves. And I have to accept the fact, Sheila, that she's aging. She's 90. She might be a little cognitively confused. She's 90. She might miss a sentence, or she might miss something here and there. But watching her, the acceptance of my reality, watching mommy, watching her, and making preparations. Life insurance is real. Ain't gonna be no GoFundMe. become the woman that I am today through the spiritual principle of acceptance. I ain't fighting nothing. It's just get a little rough sometimes watching mommy. When we go out and I got to have conversations with her, Sheila, about, you know what? Okay, you got to go to the bathroom? Do we got to bring 2-3 pull-ups? She does great on her own. But I'm watching her. I don't get mad anymore through the spiritual principle of acceptance, accepting the will of God when my older sister that live in Georgia don't do nothing. She'll do nothing. Nothing. She only call with drama. Oh, don't be feeding mommy that drama at 90. She living up better. Listen, she say it all the time, Precious, I don't know how long I'm going to live. I don't know how long. I say, Mommy, we got just for the day. Okay. We got just for the day. But it's in them conversations, right, that she say, Precious, I'm just so proud of you. But how about I'm proud of me? I'm proud of Precious. I'm proud of the woman at this program and applying spiritual principles. Not just, we don't just write on step work. We apply. See, the living come from applying the spiritual principles in all our affairs. The affairs we don't want to apply them in. How about that part? The affairs we don't want to apply the spiritual principles in. Well, she might have a little tutu. We might be a little mad or something like that. Listen, do you want to be at peace? I want to be at peace today. But it's real fast. It's in those conversations that I'm so proud of you. And I love my mom. I love on her. We go shopping. Her knee hurt. Her hands was hurting because it was so cold the other day. And, thank God for having my husband, Gary. He's so loving and caring towards mommy. She be like, Gary, just like my son. But it comes from the program of Narcotics Anonymous. Real fast, right? Because I want to hear my friends. I don't even need the book. Because it's in me already. It's already in me. I love our literature. I read it, study it. I love it. But accepting life on life terms, right? Don't always feel good. It really don't. It don't always feel good. But when I trust in God, the God of my understanding, the God that I serve, and the program of Narcotics Anonymous, grant me the serenity, the wisdom to know the difference. I don't have to fight. I don't have to fight my reality today. And guess what? My reality ain't all that bad. My reality is one of peace, love. It's one of freedom. And it's of goodwill. I don't hear the spiritual principle of goodwill too much. And it's about selfless service. Selfless service. And the spiritual principle of unconditional love. The love of this fellowship is like no other because you are me and I am you. Thanks for letting me share.